The book, The Awakened Warrior, Living with Courage, Compassion, and Discipline, edited by Rick Fields, gives insight into what it means to live as a warrior. Fields includes authors from Carlos Castaneda and Dan Millman to Gloria Steinem and Pearson. He articulates all these different perspectives from these authors into an overarching theme that's held within the title itself. In other words, you need to be awakened, and that awakening happens through courage, compassion, and discipline. These are warriorship qualities. They help rally your warrior spirit to fight for what's important to you. And we all fight in different ways. Sometimes we fight competitively, other times we fight collaboratively. Both ways of fighting can give us insight into how we use our power. And wielding our power is ultimately all we can do. And it's your choice how you wield your power. Fields says that we need to wield our power in ways that help the world. That might be competitively or it might be collaboratively. You have a responsibility to the world. And learning how to fight, how to wield your power, helps you, helps others, and helps the world. The book examines many perspectives on developing warriorship, and this gives you a broader insight into what it means to live as a warrior. For example, Dan Millman's writings share a peaceful approach to warriorship. In his book, Way of the Peaceful Warrior, Millman shares how warriors develop courage to do inner work. Contrasting Millman is Ambrose Redmoon. He says there are no peaceful warriors. Rather, the warrior's quest is for the throat of the enemy. He doesn't discount that you can also be a spiritual warrior, but you first need to demonstrate your skills in the physical world. You live in two worlds. You live in this outer physical world, and you also live in this inner world. You have this inner world within you. The outer world provides the raw material, the stress, for your inner world to process so you can learn and grow. And it's important to develop your skills in both of these worlds. Fields also includes writings from women, and I particularly like the writings of Pearson. She says in general that men have a tendency to fight competitively against situations, and women have a tendency to fight collaboratively with situations. Pearson states, for women the issue is whether they will have the audacity even to enter a contest culturally defined as male, and if they do, whether they will learn to speak in their own voices to express their own wisdom. The real issue for women is to learn to come from their core and to fight for what they truly believe in and care for. So it's important for women to learn how to fight also, but to fight in ways that is unique to their gender. She highlights a woman's approach. Instead of seeing the world hierarchically as a ladder, women re-envision it as a net or web of human interconnectedness. Rather than defining problems as an irreconcilable difference between two people, countries, values, women see the problems as arising from a breakdown in the network of human connection. Women see the solution to problems as a repair of the breakdown in the network of communication. Men tend to focus on slaying dragons and winning, whereas women tend to focus on making bridges and improving communication. You might say, in general, men take an either-or approach, competitively fighting against the situation, whereas in general, women take a collaborative approach, a both-and approach. They're advocating for both their needs and the needs of others. Power is an important concept to understand through the warrior lens. Warriors are fighters, and they can't fight without power. Now, you can have external power, but that can be easily taken away from you. Internal power, your ability to focus your attention, can't be taken away from you. So it's important to develop this internal power. Now, Fields includes writers about power, specifically Dan and Perry. Perry states, the concept of power is so intimately related to the warrior path that we must seek to understand power for what it truly is. We've all heard that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Well, warriors seek to use their power consciously so they're not corrupted and, according to Perry, in the service of love. He says, your intention will make the difference between the correct and incorrect use of your power. Power is dependent on your ability to focus your attention. And Perry points out the importance of intention. And we define intention as attention focused in the direction of a choice. So warriors choose to focus their attention correctly in the direction of love. Rick Fields states in the introduction, this warrior spirit is one of the patterns of our deep psychic structure, archetypal and innate. This archetypal warrior energy is one of the most powerful forces in the human psyche. When it goes astray, it can cause tremendous destruction and suffering. When it is properly honored, honed, and disciplined, when we know how to work with it, the warrior within can be a source for tremendous good. Without a well-developed warrior spirit, it is difficult to accomplish anything worthwhile. And what's worthwhile? Developing our spiritual search. The awakened warrior, Fields states, recognizes that our first and deepest struggle, the struggle which informs all our other battles, is to wake up to the precious life that is ours to live, to serve, to protect, and if need be, to defend well. There's a spirit within you that wants to fight so you can live. But how you fight determines how you're going to live. Ultimately, it has to do with how you use your attention. You need to develop qualities that help you fight well. Fields shares 3 qualities: courage, compassion, discipline. You have the courage to move toward stressors and challenges. You have the compassion to fight for what's important to you, but also have compassion for those that you're fighting with. And you have the discipline to create a structure that helps you fight well. Joseph Campbell, in his contribution in this book, states, the mythological hero is the champion not of things become, but of things becoming. You are engaged in an ongoing process of becoming, and your warrior spirit directs you toward growth. You use these qualities of courage and compassion and discipline to fight well, to fight for what's important to you, and to step up to your responsibility to the world. When you develop your warrior spirit this way, then you truly can become a source for tremendous good. Fields states, now more than ever, we need the fierce compassion of the awakened warrior to inspire and guide us in our daily lives, as well as in our social and environmental struggles. You're not alone in this world. You're part of this world. You're inextricably interconnected with it. And what that means is you have a responsibility to do your part for the world. Rick Fields includes a contribution from Arthur Eggendorf titled Transforming Warriors. Eggendorf states that creating global culture requires a common vision. He states his vision as the possibility of transforming warriors, of turning our appetite for power to the creation of empowerment. Empowerment is a shift from external ways of seeking power to internal ways of seeking power. And specifically, everything that we're talking about in this mental training program is internal powers developed through focusing your attention impeccably. You get better and better at doing that. That increases your internal power. And it also develops your fierce compassion. Then you can apply this fierce compassion toward living your daily life, but also the global and environmental struggles that we have. This helps you step up to doing your part for the world. You tend to react unconsciously to stress and avoid fighting. Well, the qualities of courage, compassion, and discipline help develop your warrior spirit so that you can fight well. Now, it's important to create routines that bring consciousness to the challenges that you have. This helps develop your warrior spirit. Here's the drill. 1. Take small steps. Courage moves you toward challenges. Apply courage by taking a small step in the direction of the challenge. 2. Balance speaking and listening. Compassion helps you balance needs. Apply compassion by balancing speaking your needs and listening to others' needs. 3. Set an intention. Discipline gives structure to your day to guide your growth. Apply discipline by being intentional. Create morning routines. Set an intention to apply courage and compassion. After a short meditation, state, my intention is to take small steps toward challenge and to balance speaking my needs and listening to the needs of others. Developing these qualities develops your warrior spirit so that you can fight well. You're conscious of your tendency to react. You set intention so you can act differently. You act with courage and compassion. When you develop these qualities, then you can act in different ways that help benefit you and the world.